Johnny was the youngest in a very large family, and he had just had enough. He was tired of being the little one, of being picked on, of never getting enough food because his siblings, older siblings, would always grab the food before he could get to it. And the list goes on and on. He was just fed up. So when his mom sat him down to ask him what he wanted for Christmas, this was Johnny's chance. Just like in Christmas Story when the kid wanted to have that Red Ryder BB gun.
Ralphie, what would you like for Christmas?
Horrified, I heard myself blurt it out.
I want an official Red Ryder carbine action 200 range ball air rifle.
No, shoot your eye out.
This was Johnny's chance to let his mom know, I just want two things. I want to grow up, and I want to be a professional drummer. Mommy started to laugh. She chuckled a little bit. She grabbed Johnny, set him on her lap, and grabbed his little face and says, "Aw, Johnny, you can't be both."
Happy holiday.
Welcome
Happy holiday.
to Happy Life Studios.
May the calendar keep ringing. Happy holidays to you.
We're here to make your happy holidays even happier.
If you're burdened down with trouble, if your nerves are wearing thin, pack your load down the road, come to holidays.
Happier holidays. Happier holidays. Happier holidays. Happier holidays. What's up, Happy Lifers?
Happy holiday.
Thanks for joining us today. We are so happy that you did.
Happy holiday.
I asked one of my boys that same question. What do you want to be? Only he wasn't a kid. He was much older. He was getting ready to go off to college, and so we were thinking about his future and what school he'd want to go to, or if he wanted to go to school, all that stuff. And so I asked him what he wanted to be, and he told me that he wanted to be a drummer. And I responded with, "So you mean you want to be homeless?" Sorry for tagging on drummers here. I have 3 boys. They're all drummers. They're all fantastic drummers. 2 of them are actual professional drummers, and the other one is headed in that direction. Give him a couple more years. He's still finishing up school and whatnot. But so I say all that with jest because I have 3 boys that are all drummers, and my house was a loud one. And you know what? I absolutely loved it. But man, sometimes it was hard to just even watch a show on TV because my sons were always coming around. I had one in particular he played drums on everything. I mean, it was loud. His drum pads were loud. And when he hit those things hard. I'd be watching the show, and all of a sudden he'd just come downstairs and just start banging drumsticks on whatever he could hit. And I was looking at him like, seriously? Do you not see I'm watching a show? Or if they had their drums upstairs and we were renting a house, so we weren't supposed to have drums as part of the lease, you know. So I thought if we could keep it secret, keep it quiet, then it should be no problem. But man, the things we did to try to soundproof that room, and yet, and I bought drum heads that were supposed to be like real drum heads, but they softened a blow. You could hardly hear them, but no, those weren't good enough. We couldn't have those. You had to have real drum heads. I was like, we are going to get kicked out of this house. And if I did, you know, for the most part, got most of it deadened, the sound deadened, so they wouldn't hear it outside, but it didn't. I couldn't deaden the floor because they were upstairs and you could hear it right through the floor. So I can't tell you how many times I just gave up trying to watch my show. I know I could have demanded that they stop, but I don't want to do that. Why would I stop my boys from playing drums? In fact, it's kind of my fault. We went on vacation, when all the boys were younger, and we visited a buddies that I went to college with. And at one point, everyone from his whole family just runs downstairs, and so I'm following. We're going downstairs, and the whole downstairs, the whole basement, had all these instruments on it. And all of his kids would just get behind an instrument or grab an instrument, and they would just start rocking out to some old 80s rock tune or something. I thought it was so cool to have that whole family do that. And so I went home and I bartered for a set of drums when I was speaking at this place, and they had a closet with all these drums in there, and I told them, hey, man, I'll speak to your youth if I could have a set of drums or something, just give me an old set. And so I bartered for a set of drums. I found a cheap guitar at Costco, a cheap keyboard that had all the beats on it and everything. And I found a room in my house, and I just set up all those instruments. And that's really all I did. They did all the rest. They taught themselves, especially my oldest son. Man, I remember we were watching what was his name, Foster. It was on PBS, and this guy has had all the great musicians. I mean, he's trained them or helped them or whatever it was with them, and so he was having a concert, and he was having all these big name people that he was a part of their life. He was a part of their musical life, and so he got them to come and do a concert. And one guy played the piano, and I didn't realize that the piano was a percussion instrument until my boys became drummers. But a piano is a percussion instrument, and that's how this guy played it in this concert. I've never seen anything like the way the guy played it. A couple days later, I come downstairs and I hear my son playing that show again on TV. I thought that was kind of cool. He found it again, and he was playing it himself. But I realized that the TV wasn't on. And I was listening to it. I thought my son had made a recording of it. But it finally dawned on me when I came around the corner, my son taught himself to play. It sounded just like the solo. And he taught himself how to do it. And his younger brothers, they just followed along. And I couldn't be a prouder dad of all my boys, of all my little drummer boys who aren't so little anymore. By the way, you're road tripping with Stevo today. I'm still out here in the Midwest freezing my tail end off, but I am having a blast. I'm sitting on a couch in this really cool like VRBO kind of like bed and breakfast kind of a thing. It's a buddy of mine has let me stay at his house, and he's got this really cool setup upstairs. And the couch, I don't remember if I said this last week or not, but the couch is lime green. I am not kidding you. It is Happy Life green, so it's a sign. And everyone has gone to sleep, so I thought I'd try to record this and hopefully get it edited, because I'm going to be traveling a whole bunch of hours. I'm about ready to hit the road tomorrow and head up to Minneapolis area, and I'm looking forward to that a lot. And I'm hoping I'm going to have some time to edit my podcast for you guys this next weekend. So I'm just trying to get it done now. Everyone's asleep, and I'm not tired yet because I'm still 2 hours behind. I had a Happy Lifer about a month ago or so. Speaking of drums, tell me about this documentary on Phil Collins, who after like 50 years retired from playing drums, and this group or whatever, this company, whatever, called Drumeo, flew over Phil Collins and his son Nick and just interviewed Phil Collins for hours. And Phil Collins told all these stories about his drumming, about Genesis, about singing. Phil Collins was in the band called Genesis. He also was in the Tarzan soundtrack. And Phil Collins is just a legend in the drumming world as well as the singing world. He was one of the few people that really did both, and he did both of them really well. It's Phil's story told in his own words, and the group is called Drumeo. They say that this documentary offers a rare and personal glimpse into the life and legacy of a true drumming icon. Phil's story is one of passion, perseverance, and sacrifice, a testament to the power of giving everything you have for what you love. We are deeply grateful to Phil for trusting Drumeo to share his remarkable story. And I will leave the link in the show notes, as I always do. But I like that introduction, right? A testament to the power of giving everything you have for what you love. That sounds like Happy Lifer to me. That's kind of like a Happy Lifer credo, honestly. It's just a credo for living a good life, giving everything you have to something you love. And that's why when my boys were playing the drums and they were loud, but they loved it. And I didn't want to interrupt that. Now, I could have been the dad that just said, stop playing. I'm the dad around here, But I wasn't going to kill that. I wasn't going to kill their dreams. You know what? As a parent, you love to see your kids have fun, and you love to see your kids pursue something that is bigger than them. And that's what they were doing. And that's what Phil Collins did as well. It is such a cool documentary to watch. The thing that really stuck out to me is when that Happy Lifer told me the name of this documentary on the legendary drummer and singer, Phil Collins. When he told me drummer first, I had some issues with that title. I didn't know exactly what that meant. And I'm trying to be less judgmental, like I've been talking about all year long, how my theme has been, are you patient, are you pleased, are you positive? And are you patient part was, for me, I felt like I judged people too much. I wanted to judge people less, so I wanted to be more patient with them. And I'm telling you what, it's been working for me. It's been working tremendously for me, like in this situation right here. Because I wanted to judge the title of this documentary. I thought, drummer first. Really? So drums before family? Drums before your own wife or kids? Right? And if he wasn't married or had no family, I didn't know that much about Phil Collins' personal life, but I'm like, what about human first? Right? What about father first? What about love first? What about life first? Really? Your drummer first? I mean, it's not true. You're a human being first. You're a father first. You're all these things, putting drumming first. Now, I had those thoughts in my mind, but I didn't really want to develop those thoughts or jump in on them because I remember asking myself, wait a minute, Steve, are you patient? Are you being patient right now? Are you being judgmental right now? So I went and I looked it up. It's on YouTube. You can find it. If you just search Phil Collins, drummer first, you'll find it. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the show notes. But as I started to watch it, I realized that wasn't what he was saying at all, which made me feel really good. Number one, that I didn't judge him. I never went down that path. Those thoughts came into my head, but they never developed. It's like they say thoughts are like birds. You can't stop a bird from flying over your head. Like you can't stop thoughts from coming your way, but you can stop a bird from making a nest in your hair. And those thoughts came over my head about drummer first, but I didn't allow them to build a nest in my hair. And I felt really good about that after I saw the documentary. And I also felt good after watching the documentary because it was just such a great documentary. But what he was really saying was, because he started in the band Genesis as a drummer, and he's got a really cool story. As a kid, he was given a drum set for Christmas, and he never stopped playing it. It was like the little drummer boy on the TV show from like 1968 that comes out every year for Christmas. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I absolutely love it. I've watched it twice already, and I bawled both times. It's so motivating to me. He was kind of like the little drummer boy, seriously. But partway into, as he was being the drummer in the band, the singer, was it Peter Gabriel? Anyway, the singer of Genesis left. And so they went looking for other singers, and finally Phil said, I can sing. I can fill in that part. And so he did. And you know the history. I mean, Genesis took off. It was already a good band anyway, but they didn't miss a beat with Phil Collins singing. So all he was saying was,
I'm not a singer that plays a bit of drums. I'm more of a drummer that sings.
I mean, in the beginning, he played the drums and sang at the same time. And in all of the studio albums, he did the same thing too. But when it came to live performances, when it came to the concerts, he had to compromise, right? So he would sing, and then every once in a while during a song, he would go back to his drum set, and the rest of the band would take a break and go, take a 10-minute break or whatever it was, while he played a long solo on his drum set. But, he had to sing the majority of the time on concerts and only play for that one song or so. So he really had to sacrifice a lot to be in there, because he would have much rather, it sounded like from the documentary anyway, play his drums. Drummer first. You know who else was drummer first besides my boys? Do you know any drummer first people in your life? You would know if they were or not because they'd be loud. Like, my sons played on the dashboard. I thought they were going to wreck my car. I mean, they would just play drums on the dashboard. I had to keep telling them, will you stop banging that that dashboard so hard? You're going to break it. By the way, I'm a drummer too. I'm a dashboard drummer. I don't use sticks while I'm driving, but man, I'll buy a car just based upon how the dashboard sounds when I hit it in different places. I'm a fantastic dashboard drummer. Maybe that's where my boys got it from. I don't know. Anyway, you know who else was drummer first? I'll give you a clue. Pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. It's the Little Drummer Boy, the movie we were talking about earlier. He was drummer first. He wasn't always drummer first. He started being family first. His parents gave him a drum for his birthday or for Christmas or something. But then tragedy hit. He lost his parents. And now all he has are these animals, a donkey, a camel, and a sheep that he escaped with. His house was burned down. He gets kidnapped in the desert. There's all these it's just a cool story. I just love this story. Because he plays his drums before the baby Jesus, who smiles at him, who, the end of the movie where he's facing the baby Jesus and he realizes that all these people came and they gave him gifts, but he's just a poor boy. But as the song says, I'm just a poor boy too. Like Jesus was a poor boy as well. Jesus was born in a stable, in a dugout, like the dugout side of a hill kind of a thing. It wasn't a good setting that he was born in. So he said, I'm a poor boy too. And then he asked, shall I play for you? And Mary, the mother of Jesus, nods her head and he plays the drums for the King of the universe. And then when the song says, then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, me and my drum. It gets me every year because that baby Jesus, of course, obviously it's fictional, right? The last thing you'd do for a baby would play drums for it. But it represents the heart of Jesus, which represents the heart of Christmas. It's what makes Christmas such a warm event. Yeah, I get Santa Claus and I get the presents and I get all those other things, but Christmas, Christ Mass, is all about God coming to earth, but he came to earth not as this grown-up conqueror to just destroy people and judge people. He came as a little precious baby. And that baby Jesus, it's funny because everybody loves a baby Jesus. Ricky Bobby said that. I've said that so many years on the podcast here over Christmas because I love that line in Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights. Everybody loves a baby Jesus. But that baby Jesus has the same characteristics in him as the grown-up Jesus. It's that same gentle, sweet, loving, slow to anger, abounding in love. It's that same presence that's in him as an adult as well, that's in him as God up in heaven. It's that same spirit in him. So when the drummer boy plays and it says the baby smiled at me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, it just gets me because God didn't want his money. He didn't want all he didn't have that anyway. But what he had was his heart. And that's what he played from. What he had was his skill. And that's what he used. And he performed for that baby in that manger. Just like we can do today. We can perform. We can use our heart. We can use our skill set. And we might not have a lot of money. We might have a lot of possessions. Man, if I had money, I would give these gifts and all this stuff. What about the gift of time, the gift of ourselves, the gift of love, the gift of encouragement, the gift of happy? Make someone happy, and then you get happy too. You get the gift back. It's such a great movie, great concept. But he didn't start off drummer first. He started off family first. a boy who loved his family. And then when his family was taken away from him and tragedy hit, he hated all people from that point on. He blamed people from then on for killing his family. And so he turned to the drum. He became a drummer first. He had no family anymore, so he poured his life into that drum and those few animals that followed him around. And he was out of balance. It was only drums. He couldn't stand people. All he cared about were his drums. He was angry. He was bitter. He didn't like people. All he liked were his animals and his drums. He was drummer first. But when his lamb got injured, he wasn't drummer first anymore. He cared about that lamb more than anything else. So he laid that sheep down in front of the manger where the King of Kings and baby Jesus laid. And he was no longer drummer first at that moment. He had a heart of compassion. He wanted his sheep, his friend, to be taken care of, to be fixed. And then something happened. He became enamored with that baby in that manger. And all of a sudden he's standing before him. There's all these people that were there that had things to offer that baby king, and he had nothing, and now he's embarrassed. He's not drummer first anymore. But he wanted to give something to that baby. And he realized he's poor, he's got nothing to give. But in the song he says, "Baby Jesus, I am a poor boy too. Pa-rumpa-pum-pum." And it dawns on him, wait a minute, I don't have any talents, or I don't have any money or any gifts to give this king, this baby king, but I can play my drums. So in the song he says, "Shall I play for you? Pa-rumpa-pum-pum." Mary, Jesus' mother, nods her head. And he begins to play from his heart. He begins to play. I'm sorry, I get emotional. I just love this movie. I'm sorry if I'm getting too sappy for you. But I love this concept here. That concept, that's why everybody loves the baby Jesus, like Ricky and Talladega Nights said. It's because of that concept right there, that warmth of that baby Jesus. He was enamored with that baby king. And he said, "Shall I play for you?" And Mary gave him permission. The mother gave him permission. And as he started to play, he just played like he really wanted to give something to that king. And he became drummer first again. But it was different this time. Before, when he was drummer first, it was because he was trying to ignore the pain. He was trying to block out the pain. He was drummer first because he was angry, because he was bitter. And then he stopped being drummer first because he cared about something other than his drums. He cared about his sheep. And then he cared about those people in that stable, in that manger. He cared about this baby king that he was enamored with, that he was just drawn to. He knew there was something about that baby king, and he was no longer drummer first. Now he was kind of in this place of, where am I at? What is going on here? This is amazing. And then when he gets the idea of, I want to give him something, I have nothing to give, but wait a minute, I can play the drums. Shall I play them for you? And when he gets the okay and starts to play them, you know what? He becomes drummer first again. I love listening to my boys play the drums. I love my little drummer boys that aren't so little anymore. In the same way that I love watching people use their heart to help people. Use their talent and their skills to help people. And some people use money. Some people have money, and that's their drum. But when people use their gifting, their talent, their heart, they give of themselves to help someone else, they become drummer first as well. But not the drummer first that uses their talents, their skills, their money, their whatever, to hide behind, or to rule over others, or act better than other people, to put other people down. Because you can use drums, and by drums I mean whatever skill set, whatever talent, whatever you have. You can use it either way. You could either hide behind it. You could use it to show people how you're better than them. You can be drummer first like that. And that's how the drummer boy was originally. Or you could be like the drummer boy at the end of the movie as well as the one at the beginning of the movie, who just loves to do what he does, but he does it to honor someone else. Imagine if we would just take our heart, our talent, our skills, and we would use it for more than just making money, for more than just getting popularity or likes or on social media or whatever. But if we would use our gift, our talent, our heart to help somebody else, we use it, make someone happy and you'll be happy too, because this is Happy Life Studios, but you make someone peaceful and you'll get peaceful too. You give someone hope and you'll get hope too. You encourage somebody else and you'll get encouraged too. Drummer first. Just like thankful first. Keeping Thanksgiving, the holiday, as well as the mentality first throughout the holiday season as well as throughout the rest of our lives. And the little drummer boy was changed when he stopped being drummer first and became instead drummer first.
Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be happy too.
I hope that makes your holidays happier, more peaceful, more hopeful. Remember, life isn't perfect, but that doesn't mean that it can't be happy.
StevoHays.
So find your drums and play them for someone else. Make someone else's life better with the heart, with the talent, with the skill that you already have. You don't need money to make someone's Christmas better, but I think love is what really makes it